All right, let's talk about something that's going to impact your entire year and beyond. Setting achievable goals. Goals you can truly accomplish. Goals that push you to grow and improve. It's about understanding what you want and how to get there. We've all been there, right? We set big goals, but life gets in the way. We get overwhelmed and lose motivation. Let's break this down, step by step. Tangible steps, actionable strategies, and a mindset shift. Are you ready? Let's do this. Before we jump into what you want to achieve, let's take a step back. Think about where you are right now. Acknowledge how far you've come. Consider the challenges and lessons. Are your habits and people around you helping or holding you back? Are your daily habits aligned with who you want to become? This reflection is your foundation for progress. Now, as you're reflecting, it's important to acknowledge your wins. What are you proud of from last year? Did you step outside of your comfort zone? Did you achieve a personal best? Did you learn a new skill? No win is too small to celebrate. At the same time, don't be afraid to acknowledge areas where you could have done things differently, whether times you procrastinated or held yourself back. Did you let fear dictate your choices? Remember, this isn't about beating yourself up. It's about identifying opportunities for growth. Think of it like this. You're gathering valuable data about yourself. This reflection helps you understand what works, what doesn't, and what you can adjust moving forward. It's about learning from your experiences so you can make more informed decisions in the future. So take your time with this step. Be honest, be kind to yourself, and remember that this is a powerful opportunity to set the stage for an incredible year ahead. Now let's talk about your why. This is something a lot of people don't think about. And it's actually one of the biggest reasons people struggle with their goals. Your why is the purpose behind what you want to do. It's the fuel that keeps you going when things get tough, when you want to hit the snooze button, when you feel like giving up. Imagine you set a goal to read more books this year. Why? Is it to improve your knowledge? Is it to get inspired? Or maybe just for fun? Maybe you want to be able to have more engaging conversations or finally understand that classic novel everyone's talking about. Knowing why you want something makes it real. It connects your goal to your values, your aspirations, your deepest desires. It transforms it from a simple task into something meaningful, something that truly matters to you. So whatever your goals are, ask yourself, why do I want this? Dig deep. Find the answer that resonates with your soul. Because when you have a reason, a burning desire, it's a lot easier to stay on track. Think about it this way, your why is like the North Star guiding you on your journey. When you encounter obstacles, and you will encounter obstacles, your why is what will keep you moving forward. It will remind you why you started in the first place and help you stay committed to your vision. Let's say your goal is to save money. But why? Is it to buy your dream car, to have financial security, to travel the world, to be able to retire early and spend more time with your family? When you connect your goal to a deeper value like freedom, security, or adventure, it becomes so much more powerful. It becomes about something bigger than yourself. And that, my friend, is what will give you the strength to persevere even when things get tough. So don't skip this step. Take the time to uncover your why. Write it down. Visualize it, make it real, and let it be the driving force that propels you towards your goals. All right, let's talk specifics. Have you ever said you wanted to be healthier or travel more? Those are great starting points, but they're just not specific enough. It's like trying to bake a cake without a recipe. Think about what healthier or travel more actually looks like for you. Maybe healthier means fitting into those jeans you love, or being able to run around with your kids without getting winded. Maybe travel more means finally taking that trip to Italy. When you get specific, your goals become real and tangible, and that's when the magic happens. Now, being specific is great, but we need to take it a step further. We need to make your goals measurable. What gets measured gets managed, and what gets managed gets achieved. Measurable goals give you those mile markers on your journey. They help you track your progress, stay motivated, and see how far you've come. Instead of just saying, I want to save more money, try, I want to save $5,000 this year. See how that small change makes a world of difference? You've got your big, audacious goals. That's amazing. But sometimes those big goals can feel overwhelming. It's like staring up at Mount Everest. You don't have to climb the whole mountain in a day. Break them down into smaller, manageable steps. Each small step is a victory. Celebrate your progress and create momentum. Focus on the step you can take today. String enough small steps together and you'll climb a mountain. Now, how do we break down those big goals into manageable steps? It's simpler than you think. Let's say your goal is to write a book. That can feel like a huge task, right? But what if, instead of focusing on the entire book, you focused on writing just 1 page a day? Suddenly it feels a lot more doable, right? Or maybe your goal is to run a marathon. You don't start by running 26.2 miles on day 1. You start with shorter runs, gradually increasing your distance and endurance over time. See what I'm getting at? Break it down piece by piece. Grab a notebook or open up a note on your phone and start brainstorming. What are the individual actions you need to take to reach your goal? What are the milestones you need to hit along the way? Write them all down, no matter how small they seem. Remember, this is your personalized roadmap to success. It's your guide, your cheerleader, and your accountability partner, all rolled into one. So make it detailed, make it actionable, and most importantly, make it happen. Let's talk about the secret sauce to achieving your goals habits. Because here's the thing, goals are great, but they're just a destination. Habits are the vehicle that gets you there. They're the small, consistent actions you take day in and day out that ultimately determine your success. Think about it. You don't have to use willpower to brush your teeth every day, do you? It's just something you do automatically, without even thinking about it. That's the power of habit. When you turn your goals into habits, you remove the decision fatigue, the procrastination, and the reliance on willpower. Habits create consistency, and consistency is the key to unlocking your full potential. When you focus on building the right habits, you set yourself up for success without even having to try as hard. It's like putting your goals on autopilot. So instead of just focusing on the finish line, let's focus on building the daily routines and rituals that will get you there. Remember, it's not about being perfect, it's about being consistent. Now, how do we turn those goals into habits? It starts with creating a routine. Think about your current daily or weekly schedule. Where can you carve out some time for those small, consistent actions that will move you closer to your goals? Maybe it's waking up 30 minutes earlier each day to exercise or meditate. Maybe it's blocking out an hour on your calendar each week to work on that side hustle. Maybe it's simply committing to reading for 20 minutes before bed each night. The key is to be intentional and specific. Don't just say, I'm going to exercise more. Decide exactly when, where, and how you're going to exercise, and then put it in your schedule. Make it non-negotiable, just like any other important appointment. Remember, you're designing a life you love, one habit at a time. So be patient with yourself, celebrate your progress, and never underestimate the power of a solid routine. Okay, so you've set your goals, you've broken them down, you're building those habits. Awesome. But here's the thing, you absolutely need to track your progress. Think of it like a roadmap. If you're driving to a new destination, you wouldn't just start driving without a GPS or any idea of where you're going, right? Tracking your goals is the same idea. It's about knowing where you are on the journey, celebrating the milestones, and making sure you're still headed in the right direction. Plus, seeing how far you've come is incredibly motivating. Don't overcomplicate this. You don't need some fancy app or software. Grab a notebook, use the Notes app on your phone, whatever works for you. Jot down your wins, big or small. Did you resist that tempting donut this morning? Write it down. Did you stick to your workout routine all week? Mark it down. These little notes serve as powerful reminders of your commitment and your progress. They'll keep you motivated, especially on those days when you're feeling doubtful. Trust me, seeing how much you've accomplished is a game changer. Now, here's something else that's super important. Life happens. Things change, unexpected challenges pop up, and that's totally okay. Don't beat yourself up if you need to adjust your goals or your timeline. Remember, this isn't about being perfect, it's about making progress. Think of it like this. You're sailing a boat, right? You set a course, you have a destination in mind. But sometimes the wind changes, a storm rolls in, and you need to adjust your sails. Does that mean you give up on your journey? No way. You adapt, you navigate the rough waters, and you keep moving forward. Adjusting your goals isn't failing, it's being flexible, being resilient, and ultimately, it's about setting yourself up for success in the long run. Don't be afraid to reevaluate, to change course, or to even set completely new goals if that's what you need. This journey is yours, and you get to decide what success looks like for you. Remember, the most important thing is to keep learning, keep growing, and keep moving forward one step at a time. Let's talk about something that trips up so many people: perfectionism. It's that little voice in your head that says, it's not good enough, or you messed up, might as well give up. Listen, that voice is a liar, and it's holding you back from achieving incredible things. Here's the deal. Perfection is an illusion, it doesn't exist. And chasing after something that doesn't exist is a surefire way to feel frustrated, overwhelmed, and ultimately to give up on your goals altogether. Instead of aiming for perfection, focus on consistency. It's about showing up day after day, even when you don't feel like it, even when you make mistakes. Because guess what? You will make mistakes. We all do. The difference lies in how you handle those mistakes. Do you let them derail you completely, or do you learn from them, dust yourself off, and keep going? Think about it like this. Imagine you're training for a marathon. You wouldn't expect to run 26.2 miles perfectly on your first try, right? You'd train, you'd build up your endurance, you'd have good days and bad days. Achieving your goals is the same thing. It's a process. It takes time and it requires consistent effort. Some days you'll crush it. Other days you'll feel like you're barely moving forward. But here's the thing about consistency. It adds up. Those small, everyday actions, those seemingly insignificant choices you make day in and day out, they have a compounding effect. Over time, they create incredible results. So ditch the pressure to be perfect and embrace the power of consistency. Show up, do the work, even when it's hard, and I promise you, you'll be amazed at what you can achieve. All right, let's talk about accountability. This is huge. You know how sometimes you tell yourself you're going to do something, but then life gets in the way? But when you actually tell someone else about your goal, it's different. It's like you're making a promise, and nobody wants to break a promise. When you share it, you're inviting someone else into that journey with you. They become your cheerleader, your support system. And trust me, having someone in your corner can make all the difference. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, Mel, I don't want to tell anyone my goals. What if I don't achieve them? And I get it. Putting yourself out there can feel scary. But here's the thing. True friends and family will support you no matter what. They won't judge you if you stumble or if things don't go exactly as planned. In fact, they'll probably be more understanding than you are with yourself. Because they know you, they know you're trying, and they want to see you succeed. And hey, if you're really not comfortable sharing with someone you know, that's okay too. There are other ways to stay accountable. You can join online communities, find an accountability buddy, or even just track your progress and share it with yourself. The important thing is to find what works for you. Because when you have that support, that encouragement, it makes a world of difference. It gives you the strength to keep going even when it gets tough. And that's how you turn those dreams into reality. Okay, this next one is so important, and it's something a lot of us forget to do. Celebrate your wins. And I don't just mean the big ones. I'm talking about every single victory, no matter how small it might seem. Think about it. When you're working towards a goal, you're putting in a lot of effort, right? You're showing up, you're putting in the work, and that deserves to be acknowledged. Celebrating your wins, big or small, is like giving yourself a high five for a job well done. It's about recognizing your own progress, and that's incredibly powerful, because when you celebrate, you're reinforcing the positive behavior. You're telling your brain, hey, this feels good. Let's do more of this. And that, my friends, is how you create momentum. It's about building that positive feedback loop that keeps you motivated and moving forward. Now, celebrating doesn't have to mean throwing a party every time you check something off your list. It's about finding what feels good to you. Maybe it's taking yourself out for a nice dinner, buying yourself that new book you've been eyeing, or simply taking a few minutes to relax and savor the feeling of accomplishment. The point is to make it meaningful to you, because when you reward yourself for your efforts, you're creating positive associations with the journey. And that makes it so much easier to stay motivated and keep going even when things get challenging. Remember, achieving your goals is a marathon, not a sprint. So celebrate every milestone, every victory, every step in the right direction, because you deserve it and because it's the fuel that will keep you going until you reach the finish line. Listen, setting goals and actually achieving them, it's not always a walk in the park. It takes guts, it takes dedication, and it definitely takes a whole lot of heart. But with the right mindset and the right approach, you can make real, lasting changes in your life. Remember, you don't have to do it all at once. Take it one step at a time, one day at a time. And most importantly, be kind to yourself along the way. We all stumble, we all have setbacks, but it's how we pick ourselves up and keep going that truly matters. This year can be your year, a year filled with growth, achievements, and taking those steps towards the life you truly want to live. Just stay focused, stay true to yourself, and never ever stop believing in what you can accomplish. So go ahead, write down those goals, break them into smaller steps, and let's make this a year to remember. I believe in you, and I know you can do this. Now go out there and make it happen.